evening, Jelly Beans. This is Jewelry Jelly here with Catherine and George Washing Machine. And I hope you all had a great Halloween. We had a good amount of kids come to the house, probably about, I don't know, like less than 50. But everything there was still like a half full bowl of candy. And I've been very steadily eating it because it's Tootsie Rolls. Kids were very happy that they were Tootsie Rolls. So, what exactly is this that you're looking at? So, this here is a game that was on one of the Itch.io bundles that I bought this summer. And it is all about a world of marbles. The person who created this game says that they were inspired by Jelly's Marble Runs, which is a very popular YouTube channel, and I gotta admit that I'm a really big fan of that channel as well. I'm just grabbing the little dice tower in case I have to do some random selection. But yeah, once you start looking through this game, you're gonna realize, yeah, this is world making. And when I was a little kid, I had a ton of marbles. I mean, I still have them. They're somewhere in my parents' attic. In a red toolbox that I made in Metal Shop. I have over 1,000 of them. I sat down and counted them a couple times. And some of them were special. Some of them were unique. Some of them looked like the others. Some of them looked special. Some of them had a part of their design that was different than the others. Like, they'd have a blob somewhere, or a chip, or a streak. Or in one case, it was like a completely unique marble with different coloration than all the rest. They were heroes and heroines and villains in a fantastic kingdom of magic and sorcery and heroes and villains and princesses. And one of the things that I kind of regret doing in my life is not writing those stories down, because I played them for a very, very long time, and they came to a very natural conclusion. There was a final episode, there was a final battle, evil was vanquished, and good triumphed, but at an incredible loss. But anyway, so we are going to play a Marbles Muse. Day 1. Welcome to Liliana. Liliana. It's a small island country near the United States, but thankfully not close enough to have to deal with their constant barrage of problems. Liliana is right here. You just have to look closer. Maybe I should give you a hint. Look closer, it's there. See, you were able to find it. I'm proud of you. Liliana is so tiny that they don't bother putting us on the map, or even giving us a zoom in like other islands. You win some, you lose some. In this case, we lost in geography. However, we make up for it in everything else. Despite how small we are, we're filled to the brim with life. Everywhere you look, there's something going on. Everyone's life is rolling on forward. Babies are being born, marbles are graduating college and moving up in the corporate world. Some settle for a smaller life, while others chase their passion, whether that be opening up a shop, restaurant, or other small nonprofits. Alright, sound volume and music volume. Yes, this is an interesting concept, Matsu, and I don't know, were you here for my little explanation at the beginning, just basically explaining why I decided to choose this game? Because it's so incredibly me-coded. I mean, instead of it being a fantasy kingdom, it's a modern place. Then there's me, stuck in my studio apartment, looking at my easel and completely dissatisfied with what's in front of me. To some, they look like a beautiful abstract piece. To me, it's an ugly piece of trash, not worthy of seeing the light of day. No, this won't do. I toss the canvas away, condemning it to exile with the rest of its brothers and sisters. The wooden flooring of my art studio is strewed with piles of wasted material. Minutes, hours wasted on nothing worth showing or talking about. Whoever created the artist's block should be struck down by lightning, but I'm sure there are higher beings, so that won't happen. Maybe one day their peers will realize the terrible anguish they've placed upon the world, and they will be banished to the pits of Hades if they aren't there already. I roll over to one of my shelves to take a gander at some of the new paint I purchased from the store recently. Need some parakeet? I got it. Maybe a dash of raisin? Yep, have that too. Yeah, with all these weird colors at my disposal, they just don't spark anything. Oh, it's totally me-coded. Maybe I just need some new colors? Lately, I've been working with darker tones. Maybe something a little brighter might be what I need. Excuse me. No, I tried that last month after attempting to replicate one of Hovik Zohrabayan's work. If I could grab my hair and pull it out, I would. However, I'm among the thousands of marbles in the world without hair. Oh, maybe I can make a painting that tackles the beauty standards within marble society, and how both sides, with and without hair, feel inferior to the other. Pieces with social commentary are very important, especially in this day and age. But then again, there's plenty of pieces about this topic already. What value could my voice bring to the table that's unique? Would anyone even care about what I'd have to say when so many other marbles have done it before, and have done a way better job at conveying their message than I ever could? What am I supposed to do? I take out my phone and do a quick search. Oh, the internet is always here when I need some guidance. I type in artist's block help. Short, sweet, and a true sign of my lack of patience to type out a full question. The first result that pops up is 10 helpful ways to overcome artist's block. Well, I sure hope it's helpful. Otherwise, why post it? I tap on it. I scroll down, passing the introduction paragraph, and straight into the list below. Number 1, don't freak out. Too late for that. Number 2, clean your space. Clearing your area will help get the mental gears turning. I take a look around at the messy room. Yeah, I'll get to that later. I scroll through the rest of the list, closing every ad for the next best glass care product. Number 9, try out some art challenges or even some art prompts. Some art prompts? That sounds like a lot of fun. I remember seeing a lot of cute posts on Margrim from artists who participated in a cartoon-themed month-long art challenge last month. I should try doing something like that. Words from years ago suddenly come rushing to the forefront of my mind. Would the greats like Edouard Manet put out something like this? Yes or no? Never mind. I scroll to the next and final suggestion. Hopefully, it'll be something useful. Number 10. Go outside and experience the world around you. No, the outside world is a dangerous place. A couple of days ago, I tried painting in the local park, but that only resulted in geese chasing after me and ruining my painting. Note to self, never go to the park and use geese as your muse. They apparently don't like having their chaotic essence captured. Wait, a muse. I repeat that word out loud. The rusted gears in my brain are finally starting to turn again. That's it! I need a muse! Oh, thank the heavens for those hell spawns. Why didn't I think of this sooner? Every great artist needs a muse. Edouard Manet with Victorine Meurent, Da Vinci with the Mona Lisa, Gustav Klimt with the famous fashion designer Émilie Louise Floge. If I can just find someone that stands out from the rest of the crowd, I'll finally get to work on my next piece. And who knows, maybe someone from an incredibly prestigious art gallery might wind up seeing it and would want it in their collection. I would join the ranks of the elites. I would finally be a good artist. We'll end up drinking fancy grape juice and eating caviar together while celebrating our victory amongst the elite and snobby of the art world. As I'm hyping myself up, getting a bundle of energy that I haven't felt in my many sleepless days, one little problem pops into my mind. Who can be my muse? That's, well, I deflate. No, Clark, you can't lose your momentum now. Think! How do talented and smart artists like myself find their muses? I'm sure some of them knew their muses personally. I hate to say it, but I don't have a ton of friends. I've been so focused on my career that I barely went out and socialized with other marbles. Even in college, I was like that. But you can't blame a marble. When you're so in love with your work and want to get the best grades, there's no time for hangouts. Right? Okay, you're getting sidetracked, Clark. Think. Actually, there might be one marble who can do the job. Someone who's been there for me through thick and thin ever since elementary school. Someone who exudes uniqueness, glassiness, and talent. Someone who I know will make for a good painting. Lilko. I can picture it now. Lilko, the kind-hearted athlete trying to reach his dreams of going to the big stage so he and his team can show off their talents to the world. It's perfect. Heck, it could even be my magnum opus. But what if he says no? What do I do then? I'm sure some of my favorite artists plucked their muses right off the street without so much as a hello. I mean, it was like the 1800s and 1900s. That was normal. Nowadays, if I were to do that, I'd end up in a jail cell with a creepy cellmate. That leaves one option. I'll have to meet new marbles. Get to know them, butter them up with a few compliments, and then slide in with that sweet question of, will you please be my muse? Yeah, that's good. That'll work. Okay, Clark, time to strut your social skills and charisma that you don't know you have, because it's time to find yourself a muse. I roll out of my apartment and out onto the lively streets, maneuvering my way past a couple walking their dog, fighting the urge to pet it. Marbles have dogs? You're on a mission here, Clark. You can't afford to get distracted. A tiny poster on a tree that's only being held up by a few pieces of tape catches my attention. Up-and-coming band Dreadball will be preparing their new single, Bunny of Evil, as well as other classic songs written by lead singer Deadlock. Seating is limited, so get your tickets in advance. Deadlock? I think I've heard of him online. From what I can remember, despite having a relatively small following, his fans are quite passionate. They go on and on about the band's rock songs, his mysterious and dark persona, and how cool his mohawk looks. And I will say, his mohawk is really impressive. Normally, I wouldn't go downtown since that's where the troublemakers hang out, but maybe a change of scenery and crowd is what I need to get my creative juices flowing again. I'll have to check that out later. I mean, I only have 5 hours to kill. For now, I can look around town to see if anyone else catches my eye. There's a popular candy store called Candy and Rolls close by. With how busy it is, there's bound to be plenty of potential subjects there. Though it might be best to go see Lilko at the track field, rather than try and talk to a bunch of strangers first. Where should I go? Okay, so we are going to roll for this option. Unfortunately, I do not have a round dice, so we're just going to have to go through a d6. So 1 to 3 will be go to the track field, and 4 to 6 will be go to Candy and Rolls. Okay? And we have 5. So we'll go to Candy and Rolls. The candy store sounds like a good start. Lilko's busy training for the Marble Palooza. I shouldn't bother him right now with my problems. I take a stroll to the island's most popular candy store in Liliana, Candy and Rolls. I've never gone inside myself, but my parents are huge fans. I would always see them gorging down on their homemade taffy whenever I visit them. The place is actually pretty well known, so much so that whenever a new product releases, the line goes out the door. Once Candy and Rolls opened up, other confectionaries just up and disappeared. Some say that they were forced to pack up their things and go. However, fans at the shop claim they're spouting nonsense because they couldn't rival their homemade goods. So who knows what the truth is? What I do know is who I could encounter there, because they could be my golden ticket to a masterpiece and to finally getting out of my creative rut. I throw open the doors to the store, intent on finding at least one marble that might be good enough to be my muse. Then I lay my eyes on a pink marble carrying a bunch of boxes of taffy. Welcome to Candy and Rolls. I'll be with you in a jiffy. I just need to stock up on our amazing homemade taffy. I can't help but feel welcomed by her enthusiastic greeting. For being a retail worker, she's an enigma. Do you need some help? Those seem to be a lot of boxes. No, I'm fine. Don't worry about me. As soon as those words leave her mouth, she trips over nothing and the boxes go flying. Oh no! The boxes hit the floor one thud after another. Thankfully, none of the taffy falls out. The girl sighs in relief. Oh, thank goodness. I don't think we could have afforded any losses. I help her get the boxes. I reach out to the last box and freeze as I look up to see her doing the same. We're rather close. Oh! She jumps back, an almost missable pink blush spreading across her glassy body. Here you go. Thank you. She runs away from me to get back to her work. Well, that was something. I look around the store, not seeing anyone else with an apron on. Is she the only one here? Why doesn't this place have more employees, especially considering how popular they are? Sorry for the wait. My name's Cotton. What's your name? I've never seen you here before. The girl rolls behind the counter, leaning against it. Clark. And yeah, I've never been here before, actually. How did you know? I know everyone that rolls into the store. My father told me it's super important to get to know your customers. That way, they'll keep coming back, and we get more money. Are you sure you should be telling a customer that? Oh, no. Please, forget I said anything. Okay, I will. I won't. Are you an artist? She looks at my beret. Ah, yes. The telltale sign for any artist. Yeah, did my hat give it away? Yeah, that's so cool. What are you drawing or painting or claying? Is that a word? I paint for the most part, and nothing at the moment. I'm looking for a muse. Muse? She stares at me as though trying to understand what I just said. I stand waiting awkwardly. Oh! The light bulb in her head finally went off. Like the Idol group. Hey, we've got ourselves a Love Live reference! Excuse me? An idol group? What the hell is she going on about? As I look at her, perplexed about how she stumbled upon that answer, she passionately talks about this group. She proclaims her love for them and how their songs are, as she calls them, a bop. As much as I love it when someone is passionate about something they love, I can't help but be filled with confusion at what's happening. Who's your favorite? No, I think you got the wrong idea. A muse is a person who is a source of inspiration for an artist. I have no idea about the muse you're talking about. Oh, yeah. Awkward! That's still cool. I'm glad artists use people as inspiration. It can really build up someone's self-confidence. Yeah. Hello, sorry Cotton if I'm interrupting your talk with your friend, but I'm ready to check out. I turn around to see an older marble waiting to check out. Oh my gosh, Agatha, I'm so sorry. The older marble rolls past me and dumps her little cart full of delicious sweets onto the counter. Oh, don't worry your little head about it. Clark, you should look around the store. We have a ton of candy that might help with your creative juices. I highly recommend our candy-coated popcorn towards the back. Oh, okay, thanks. I roll deeper into the store as Cotton takes care of the customer, who started chatting about her grandchildren or something. Okay, so now we have another choice. It's 1 to 3 for she has candy for brains, or 4 to 6 for is kind of endearing. And we rolled a 4, which I'm kind of happy for because I like her already. Nonetheless, she's kind of right. Candy would be nice to have for later when I go late into the night with my art. Or maybe I could use the candy as an offer for someone to be my muse. Oh god, I don't know which one to go with. Athena, can you help Daddy choose the sour gummy worms or the sour gummy bears? I look up and see a light blue marble. He's not alone either. In a baby pouch, securely wrapped around his body, is a darker blue marble. I mean, I get it. It just really looks weird. She tries her best to grab the gummy bears. That kid is going to grow up well. Oh, hello, MJD82. Good choice, but should I go bigger? Those big gummy bears sure are tempting. He turns his baby towards the shelf full of even bigger gummy bears, with all kinds of flavors. Grape, ew, cherry, green apple, blue raspberry, and more. You name it, they have it. I look around and true to the guy's word, there's a different colored bear for each flavor. The a bright yellow one labeled as lemon, and a green one labeled green apple catch my eye. He was just looking at sour candies, right? Maybe I should suggest these two to him. Since you decided between something sour earlier, maybe you should get the lemon or green apple one. Ah, you're right, but that doesn't make it any easier. God, I'm so bad at choosing. But I always have this little one help me out. Aw, that's adorable. Even though she can't have any yet, she seems to know how to pick them. The name's Tony. Yours? Clark. What's the little cutie's name? Her name is Afina. Afina, say hi. What? I'm sure that means hi. In baby talk, that could mean anything, but for now, I'll take it as a hi. Hi, Afina. I say in a high-pitched voice. Baba. I'm Clark, not Baba, but now I regret that my mom didn't name me that. So what is it that you do, Tony? Oh, nothing interesting, I promise you. Anytime someone says that, it means they do something pretty cool. Would you consider a software engineer cool? Listen, that requires an understanding of a ton of math and code. That's essentially out of my realm, and anyone who can understand that stuff is pretty legit in my book. A light pink blush appears on Tony's face. Thanks, I do all my work at home so I can take care of my little blueberry over here. What about you? I'm an artist. What kind of paintings do you do? Traditional, but occasionally I do digital work from time to time. But the easel and a paintbrush in my hand are my tools of trade. Nice, I wish I had an ounce of creativity and some skill. I think I rival Afina's art. Art isn't easy, but if you keep on practicing, you'll only get better. Who would have thought I would be getting life advice from a stranger in candy and rolls today? We both share a laugh. Then, Tony looks back to the shelf full of candy. I'm on the hunt for some candy, pulling a late shift today, and I'm going to need all the help I can get. How much candy do you need exactly? You're looking at giant gummy bears. A lot. Yep, Afina, I agree that, let's see. Tony should get green apple is 1 to 3, and Daddy shouldn't eat so many sweets is 4 to 6. And we rolled a 1. Daddy should get green apple. It's a sweet, underrated flavor, but I'm glad someone else knows the greatness that is green apple. Green apple it is. I would be wrong to ignore such a beautiful mark. I stare at him, blushing. Tony stares at me back, stunned at what came out of his mouth. Did he really just say that? And why is that compliment making my insides do jumping jacks? I mean, I think that you look amazing. No, that's not right. Come on, Tony, pull yourself together. Tony mumbles under his breath. I'm sorry, I'm so bad at flirting. I can't help but giggle. It's cute seeing him become all flustered over a compliment he gave. Thank you. It's not every day that you get a sincere compliment from someone who isn't a creep. Oh, good. That's good. I mean, it's not good that you don't get complimented, I mean. It's good that you appreciated it. What a nerd. I'm going to check out before I make myself look like a bigger idiot. Tony hurries up and grabs the gigantic green gummy bear, nearly stumbling doing so. Well, do you want anything? As a thank you for helping me pick out something. Oh no, I'm good. You've been here long enough. I would hate to keep you here any longer. But thanks anyway. Maybe next time? Then does that mean I'll see you around? I guess so. Have a wonderful day, Tony. And bye, Afina. I sent her off, my voice an octave higher than usual. Bye-bye! Tony rolls past me, heading straight to the register with his suite. Okay, so if Tony's wearing a baby sling and he's rolling, then how does he not roll over Afina? I mean, is that something that they thought of when they were trying to design this? Or is this a whole, just keep in your mind it's just so I should really just relax? I hope he likes it. For now, I should get something of my own. What do they have here? It turns out, a ton. My mind is so overwhelmed by the choices that I end up just filling up a tiny bag full of little chocolate buttons. I roll up to the counter ready to cash out. So, any plans later? Huh? I'm curious. I'm always working, so I don't get to have too much fun. Maybe your boss should hire more people. I noticed that you're the only one here. My dad doesn't hire anyone he doesn't trust. So her dad owns the place, but again, I don't see him. And where is he? Oh, running a real estate business. He's always busy with that, so I'm usually stuck here to watch over the store. The only time I ever get out is to go to class. Real estate? Can't say I expected that from someone who also owns a candy shop. Interesting. I take care of the bills, taxes, all the math that comes with running a business. Wait, you handle all of that? Really? Well, since this place is still up and running, she must be good at numbers. Or at lying to the Marble Revenue Service, one or the other. But why can't her dad do that? It isn't enough that she's running this place all by herself? Geez, now I'm starting to feel for the poor girl. And she mentioned that she has classes to attend to. Does she even sleep? So, what are you doing later? I'm still on my mission to find a muse, so I'm checking out the town to see who sticks out in my mind. I'm going to the track and seeing if my friend wants to do it. If he doesn't want to, I was thinking about scouting at a bar. Aren't there usually colorful folks there? Which bar? Maybe you'll see some of my friends. I don't think I want to meet her friends. Jaded Rock Pub. No friggin' way! That's where Dreadball is performing! Are you a fan? Of course! I wish I could see them play, but... Cotton sighs. I'm stuck here. Just promise me you'll listen to their performance. You don't want me to get anything signed? No, that'd be too much trouble. I'd rather they just get more attention. They try so hard, I can tell, yet no one knows who they are. They only get to perform at bars and stuff. It's been that way forever. If they can get more popular, that's more than enough for me. Cotton hands me my receipt and bag of chocolate. Have a wonderful rest of your day, Clark, she says in a loving voice. Thanks, Cotton. You too. Well, it's time to see Lilco now. I wait at the bus stop eating my candy. God, milk chocolate is so addicting. Before I know it, I've finished my whole bag. The bus promptly arrives. A couple of other marbles get on with me. Soon enough, I'm at the track field. A couple of youngsters get off the bus with me, rolling their way towards the track. That's when I spot the Lilies doing their thing. The team is composed of Marbles Lilco met in track during high school, all of whom are as passionate as he is. There's Asiatic, the former leader of the track team before Lilco took over. I would say he's one of the more abnormal of the bunch. Then there's Orient Pet, the more emotional one on the team. One time, Lilco invited me out to watch a movie with the two of them. It was some movie about figure skating, I think. Even though the movie was only okay in my eyes, I think Orient Pet saw it as a grand masterpiece. He was bawling when we left the theater. And thank you for using the correct definition of bawling. I was pleasantly surprised to see a man dip into his emotions so much. Then there's Turk and Trumpet. They both try to outdo each other in their exercises. I asked Lilco if they hated each other, but apparently not. They just like to push each other to the extreme. Asiatic is by the sidelines, holding a stopwatch and timing Turk. Orient Pet and Trumpet are sitting on the healthy-looking grass, seemingly taking a break. Then, finally, there's Lilco. He grabs a towel from off the ground and wipes himself with it. Lilco! He doesn't turn around, though. Instead, he throws the sweat-soaked towel over his body and hops up the stairs to the bleachers. Did he not hear me? That's weird. Anytime I'm around, his supposed Clark senses, something his teammates made up, go off. But today is a different story. I roll closer, prepared to shout his name again. Clark! Turk yells my name from afar as he bowls through the finish line. Asiatic clicks the stopwatch. Nice, you were a couple of seconds faster this time, Turk. He does a little jump in the air, joining his friends to celebrate his tiny victory. Maybe they know what's troubling Lilco. I roll on over to join the rest of the group. I've never been a fan of meatheads, but Lilco always reassured me that they are, as he says, cool bros of his. Despite using the word bros a lot, they're not the douchey gym bros you'd normally see in movies. What should we do next now that we've all done our laps? Push-ups? Maybe we can see how many push-ups we can do with one of us sitting on top of the other. No, that's too simple, dude. Think bigger, better. I vote we go to City Hall and climb up the stairs. If we're going to the long jump, we need to do that. No, Orient Pet, we're not walking movie cliches, okay? This isn't some tourist trip to Philadelphia. We have to be serious here. We should just jump rope. Orient Pet groans. You always stomp on my creativity. Orient Pet turns to me. Defend me here, Clark. You're the creative one. Tell him my idea's good. Orient Pet deflates as the rest of the team laughs at his expense. See, Orion Pet, even Clark thinks it's a horrible idea. Turk nudges him playfully. We have to think big, okay? We're training for the Marble Palooza after all. The Marble Palooza. It's one of the biggest sports events known to Marble Pond. It features a variety of competitions, similar to what you would see humans compete in: swimming, track, and long jump. However, in recent years, they've given the spotlight to lesser-known or underappreciated games, like horse racing and rhythmic gymnastics. Ever since they've added that, I haven't stopped picturing Lilko wearing a tutu, waving around a red ribbon like he was in one of those heroines in an 80s cartoon trying to slay a nasty evildoer. It's always been his dream to attend, but... Don't worry about it, Ori. I think Clark just wants out of this conversation. You can just tell. Turk turns his attention over to me. So, you're here for Lilko, right? Yeah, I wanted to see if you could be my muse for my next painting. Ooh! 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 The jocks suddenly turn into a bunch of little schoolgirls. Why are they making this such a big deal? Even Orion Pet quickly gets over his defeat just so he can join in on the shenanigans. I don't understand jocks. That's really cute. Cute? No, this is serious business. I'm stuck and I need his help. Their shrieks only get louder. The kids from earlier are looking this way, wondering what's going on. Please stop! I want people to know me, but not like this! Alright guys, that's enough teasing. Clark's getting embarrassed. Finally, someone's showing me some mercy. Honestly, they do this all the time whenever Lilko and I hang out, or when I mention his name. I don't get why. Asiatic points me towards the bleachers. I look and see Lilko sitting by himself, staring off into space. What's going on with him? We're not sure. We were actually hoping you would know. After he finished his laps, he went up there without saying a word. Yet here I am, clueless as to what's going on. Excuse me. I'll go ask him. I climb up the bleachers, making my way towards Lilko. I wonder what's going on. Why hasn't he said anything yet? Oh, by the way, I wanted to mention MJD82. No pre-cure. It's an off week. I think it's a national holiday in Japan, so they don't have pre-cure this week. I'm supposed to be his best friend. If he can't even talk to me about what's on his mind, it must be something serious. I just hope I can help. When I reach Lilko, I stand there taking him in. He still hasn't noticed me yet, which I'm surprised by. Are his Clark senses off today? When I'm in trouble or I'm near, he somehow knows. However, whatever is plaguing him is taking all of his attention. Excuse me. His beautiful lily body reflects the sunny sky that he's admiring. He's light purple with a tiny lily inside, fully bloomed, which is a trademark look for the citizens born in Liliana. I take a seat next to him, only inches away. It's been a comfortable distance for us both since childhood. Hey. Lilko jumps. When did you get here? Maybe 5 minutes ago? I was surprised not to see you on the track. That's like one of your favorite spots outside of the usual burger joint we go to. You like to work out, yet you eat the greasiest foods, which, by the way, is really weird for someone like you. What can I say? We athletes have to keep a very strict diet of a ton of calories and working out. I say it's a win-win. I get to eat tasty food while somehow still being able to run track. We share a laugh together, then quickly go back to deathly awkward silence. Usually it's a comfortable silence, one where we can enjoy each other's company, but knowing there's something up with him, it's just weird. What do I say? Maybe I should ease into it. How's training so far? Nothing out of the ordinary. I got here early and did a few laps before the others arrived. Why did you ask? Did something happen? When I got here, they were arguing about what to do next. Sounds like the Lilies. What did they suggest? Orion Pet wanted to go to City Hall and climb up all those stairs. Everyone else was against his creative endeavor. Yeah, he's been on a Rocky binge lately, so I'm not surprised. Last week, he suggested that I ride a bike while they all follow closely behind. I wonder what that is a reference to. So, what's up with you? Any new masterpieces? Okay, so ask him to be my muse, or ask him what's wrong. Okay, so 1 to 3 are Muse, 4 to 6 is what's wrong, and we are asking him what's wrong. before we talk about me, what's going on with you? Huh? Do you actually believe I wouldn't know something is up with you? Your teammates are worried about you too, Lilko. So, what's wrong? I really can't hide anything from you, huh? Nope. Lilko sighs as he struggles to find the right words to say. I guess you can say that I haven't been feeling the greatest. Have you ever felt like an utter failure? Wow. Can't say I was expecting to be asked that today, nonetheless by Lilko. Yeah, I definitely know how you feel. As an artist, there are so many times when you doubt yourself if a painting doesn't come out like you envisioned. Your fans can sing your praises, but all you can hear are the doubts storming around in your head. Even now I'm feeling like that, I guess. Lilko looks at me concerned. I shake myself. Don't worry, we can talk about that later, okay? Okay. Despite his words, the look of concern doesn't disappear from his face. It's just like him, always concerned for me rather than himself. It's like you said, you know? No matter how much other marbles tell me how amazing I am, whenever I look in the mirror, I just see the opposite. I put so much effort into this team and making it the best it can be, but it means nothing at the end of the day. We're still here on this track with no awards to speak of. Lilko, the committee for the Marble Palooza is sending out invitations to the event. I'm guessing you haven't heard back? Again. Lilko nods. Yep. I'm sure they'll reach out to you guys soon. They can't ignore the raw talent that oozes from the lilies that much longer. Yeah, sure. He sounds dejected. I wish I could do more. Anyway, I appreciate you asking, Clark. It's nice to get this off my chest. I can't really talk to the team about this. It isn't very captain-like, you know? Yeah, I understand. Feel free to talk to me anytime about this stuff, okay? Enough about me, though. What's going on with you? Oh, is it even fair at this point to ask him for a favor when he's feeling the way he is? He should focus on his own problems instead of mine. Clark, what is it? I'm dealing with a really bad case of artist's block. I can't paint or draw anything without scrapping it. But I think I found the answer to my problem. And what's that? I find someone to be my muse. And I was kind of thinking that you could fill in that role. You want me to be the subject of your next piece? I nod. I mean, who better than my childhood friend who I've made a ton of crazy memories with? You're perfect. I'm glad you think I would be good enough to be in one of your paintings, but I'm going to have to say no, for now at least. His voice drops to a whisper. What? Why? You sounded so excited about it just now. If I'm not good enough to get into the Marble Palooza with my hardworking team, then I don't deserve to be honored in a painting of yours. But you are good enough. That's why I'm asking you to begin with. Thanks, Clark, but I'm sure you're just saying that to try and make me feel better. But I'm not! You're my best friend, Lilko. I have no reason to lie to you. Lilko hops off the bench and turns toward me. Look, I have to get back to the boys and decide what we're going to do next for training. I can't afford to have them argue all day about it. His laugh sounds so forced. I'm sorry, Clark, but you'll have to find someone else. I know you will. But I'll see you later. Lilko goes to join the rest of his team, leaving me to fester in my defeat. What am I going to do now? I eventually hop on the bus back to the city, but not without giving one last glance at Lilko. He's laughing with his teammates as if nothing's wrong. Lilko. What time is it? It's almost 8 p.m. Time flies when you're actually being productive. Dreadball's performance will be starting soon. I should head over to the bar. After spending a long time confirming my age with a rather scary bouncer, I'm finally allowed into Jaded Rock Club. Seriously, how do I not look comfortable? Is it the beret? Is it my rather cute and bigger-looking features? Who knows? Alright, I just needed to turn down the music a little bit. He's just jealous. Entering the bar, I feel like I'm in a different world. Everywhere I look, there are shady-looking marbles my parents definitely warned me about when I was younger. A few are dressed up in biker gear, casually protecting the jukebox while holding a jug of beer in their hands. Then there are some rowdy, tattooed muscleheads who look like they just got out of jail and aren't afraid to go back. Well, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, right? At least that's what Mom would always tell me. Watch it! I spin around to see a bright pink marble with a noticeable gash, yelling at a customer. Surrounding him are a bunch of white marbles with what can be described as colorful specks decorating their bodies. They're almost like jawbreakers. I'm sorry, Andre. Please forgive me. I didn't mean it. Your pathetic little apology won't magically pick my drink back up off the floor. If you didn't mean it, pay for a new drink of his. If you know what's good for you. But I just paid for all of your drinks. I don't have any more money. Sorry, what was that? I don't speak excuses, pal. You want to repeat that, Kofidar? You know what, Kofidar? I like you. So I'm gonna do you a giant favor and stop you right there before you make a giant mistake. After all, we wouldn't want little Susie to know that her daddy is sleeping with the fishes, would we? Eek! The poor guy is backed into a corner, ready to give a prayer to anyone or anything that can save him. The pink marble with a scar pulls the suited one away. Gojo, Tim, Bob, back off. The guy looks like he's gonna piss himself. Plus, he looks around and then lays his eyes on me. I quickly hide behind a table. We can't have witnesses, remember? They back off, giving the poor marble some much-needed space. The pink marble playfully shoves into him. Get us the most expensive drinks on the menu, won't you? The guy nods meekly. Of course, Andre, anything for you and your boys. He quickly rolls over to the bar, and the menacing pink marble named Andre turns back to his lot, who are just eating this up. Geez, mental note to self, avoid them at all costs. Once things have settled down, I come out of hiding and take a seat at the bar. What would you like, kid? It takes every glass fiber of my being not to reply with, yeah, Gramps, I would like Instead, I take a moment to consider what I should get. I'm not a fan of beer, unlike the many patrons here. I glance at the drink menu beside me, and a couple of drinks catch my eye. A mojito and an old-fashioned. A mojito is a little tame for a place like this, but at least I know it's something I can handle. If I get an old-fashioned, maybe the bartender wouldn't look at me like I'm some chump who's out past their bedtime. Then again, I don't know if I want to have a heavy drink. Okay, so 1 to 3 is going to be a mojito, 4 to 6 is going to be an old-fashioned. And we rolled a 2, so we are going to have ourselves a mojito. I give him my order. You know, despite the dark lyrics accompanying the instrumentals, this top song is a total gem. It's a weird combination that just works, and that's in part thanks to the great singing. I turn to the stage to see a black marble whose body has red stripes, and to top it all off, a white mohawk that makes him stick out like a sore thumb. So, that's Deadlock. To know a bubbly girl like Cotton is a fan of his is just mind-boggling. The song concludes. The drunken crowd sloppily applauds. Thank you, everyone. We'll be performing more songs in a bit, just gotta grab a drink. The band exits the stage. While his bandmates group up to chat, Deadlock makes his way straight over to the bar, and it just so happens that he takes the seat next to me. Aw, I feel so honored. What would you like, Locke? A dark and stormy, Mike. A dark and stormy? Even his drinks are edgy. So, the usual. Gotcha. It'll be ready in a sec. The bartender slides me my drink. Here's your drink, Phil. Oh, thank you. The bartender turns his back to me to work on Deadlock's drink. The star turns toward me, eyeing me up and down. Then, he glances at my drink. A mojito. What? I take a sip of my drink from the black straw. The mixture of a strong mint flavor, lime with a tiny punch of rum, composes a beautiful harmony in my mouth. How is it possible that something can be so sweet and sour at the same time? Drinks are a science I'll always stare at in awe. Gotta say, when looking at you, that's about the drink I expected. What do you mean by that? You look like someone who likes something mild, not too heavy on the alcohol, and mixed with a lot of familiar flavor so the liquor goes down nicely. Excuse me, sir, but mojitos are a delicacy in my eyes and are also amazing. Am I right? Are you calling me a sissy? You said it, not me. Is it bad that I want to punch this guy? The bartender hands Deadlock his drink. He mumbles a thank you and takes a giant gulp without much of a reaction. Nice song you performed up there. Thanks. It took a long time to write. Gotta say, I wasn't expecting a rock sound about how evil bunnies are. What inspired that? I can tell you haven't listened to the rest of Dreadball's songs. Don't worry. I ain't gonna hold it against you. My band and I like to take something cute, then turn it on its head. In folktales, rabbits were the messengers for the dead, or sometimes seen as familiars for witches. Huh, interesting. I don't think I can look at a bunny the same way again. Plus, rabbits are important to me. How so? Deadlock lips into his drink, his reflection looking back at him. Never mind, forget I said that. A sensitive topic, I see. It's best I don't push him for an answer. Oh, he probably has a pet bunny or two. So, what are you doing here, Beret? Can't say I've seen marbles like you in these parts of town. Beret? He gestures to my hat. So, Beret, I'll ask again. What are you doing here? I'm looking for something. What might that something be? I've hit a creative block, so I thought I should go out and look for a source of inspiration somewhere. Though I thought a bar might be a good place to look for someone like that. I see. He stares down into his drink, looking into his own reflection. Listen, from one creative to another, you're not going to find what you're looking for here. Huh? What do you mean? The collective here are basically the dump of this entire island. The lowest of the low. Says the one who just performed in front of Santa. What can I say? I fit in with a crowd. We both take a sip of our own drinks. What I'm trying to say is that you're going to get hurt. You seem too nice for your own good. You ask for a favor in return, they'll ask for one too. But they're going to make you do something I don't think you want to do. I think I can handle myself, Deadlock. I'm not saying you can't. What I'm saying is that you'll have better luck finding inspiration somewhere nicer and more your speed, like a park or something. Deadlock downs the rest of his drink. Kick here, Beret. For your sake, I hope you don't come around here again. Deadlock hops off the bar stool and heads back on stage, readying up for another song. A swell of anger fills up inside me. What does he think he is? I'm a fully grown marble. I can handle people like this. I finish off my drink and stomp off toward the exit as Deadlock prepares for his next song, Your Dark Heart. When I roll outside, I'm immediately greeted by the cool breeze and a bunch of marbles who are eager to get inside. I maneuver around them despite the glares they're sending in my direction for daring to gently push them out of my way when they wouldn't do it themselves. One of said marbles is the menacing one I saw earlier. Speed roll, Clark, speed roll! Where's the bus stop again? Maybe Deadlock was right. Coming here was a bad idea. Not only is it filled with shady folks, but I have no idea where the hell I am. I pull out my phone, leaning against a building in a more secluded part of downtown. I quickly search up where the nearest bus stop is. Bit by bit, the blue search bar fills up. And let me tell you, when I say bit by bit, I truly mean bit by bit. It's just taking its sweet time loading up the search result on my map app. Come on, phone, hurry up! I don't have all day! Hey, kid. I look up from my phone to see an unfamiliar light green marble, who is only inches away from me. I wish this guy heard of personal space. I wouldn't normally mind it, but his breath smells like rotten fish. Hello? You lost? He asks. If you're looking for the bus stop, I can show you to it. Aren't these the kind of marbles my parents warned me about? No thanks, I got it. My stupid phone is just taking a while, that's all. I put on a happy, thankful tone and distance myself from him. He closes the distance eerily quickly. You sure you can't really rely on tech these days? Yeah, I'm good. Thanks again, though. Phone, it would be really nice right now if you could just load the damn results so I can squeeze my way out of this situation. But leave them alone. Suddenly, something comes out of the corner of my eye and collides into the stranger. What the hell? Is that a ninja? Even in the darkest of days, when you feel like all hope is lost. I, Nimble Moon, will strike and save poor defenseless marbles from evildoers like you. But I was just trying to help! Silence! Diamond kick! The ninja kicks them, causing the marble to groan out in pain. Stand down, or else I'll be forced to use my super secret technique to bring you down. The ninja turns to me. Now, citizen. The ninja grabs me. I will bring you to safety. Without my permission, the ninja runs, dragging me away at lightning speed from the stranger wailing in pain. Wait, slow down! I cannot. If I slow down, more of them will come out of the shadows and attack us. I just know it. Trying my best to keep up while holding down my precious beret, the eccentric ninja brings me out of the darkly lit alleyway and into a part of downtown that's a little less dubious. Nimble Moon stops, looking around. Ah, here we are. Look, it's your transportation back to civilization. I turn to see the bus stop I've been searching for. The mysterious ninja walks me over to it. Here you go. The marble places me down onto the bench like a child and takes a seat next to me. What are you doing? Staying guard. You can never be too careful. Okay. We sit there in silence. 5 minutes go by. Then 10 minutes. All the while, Nimble Moon stays on guard, looking around for any shady figures to protect me from. So, how do you start off a conversation with someone dressed up as a ninja? Good question. I could just say thank you for saving me, keep it simple, or I could ask them about their moves. They mentioned having a super secret technique in their moveset, though I don't know if ninjas like to keep that sort of thing private. Okay, so 1 to 3 is going to be a thank you for saving me, and 4 to 6 is going to be what is your super secret technique. Okay, I rolled a 1. Thank you for saving me, Nimble Moon, the fastest ninja the universe has ever seen. Okay. Yeah, Nimble Moon, thanks for saving me. I really appreciate it. No problem, but please be careful next time. While I'm always out on the prowl, I can't be everywhere at once. I unfortunately haven't mastered that technique yet. I see. Don't question it, Clark. Just don't question how someone thinks they can just clone themselves without the use of a cloning machine, if that even exists yet. How long have you been at this saving marbles gig? A few months. You would think someone like them would be in the papers or online. I can picture the headlines now. Lady praises a mysterious shadow in the night for saving her and her son. Really, I can't say I've heard of you before. No matter. Whether or not my name gets recognized by the public means nothing to me. As long as I can save the public from evil, that's all that truly matters to me. Don't you want to get recognized, though? You bring up a good point, citizen. Clark, you have a point. If the entirety of Liliana knows of my presence, then crime rates would go down. At the same time, I could be taken down. I'm not sure if I can afford that right now. That's probably the most logical thing this marble has said since they saved me. Ah, your bus is coming. I can see the headlights from the bus shining off in the distance. I would take you home myself, considering how slow buses can be, but that wouldn't be very hero-like of me, would it? I guess they have a point there. After tonight, I don't think I would want anyone I don't know becoming aware of where I live, even if they're a weird ninja that just saved my life. I guess not. The bus promptly comes to a stop, opening its doors for me. Thank you again, Nimble Moon. I can't believe I just said that with a serious face. I hope we don't meet again under these circumstances. Good night, citizen. Then, before I can even blink, the ninja jumps on top of the bus, causing it to shake from the sudden impact. They leap onto the bus stand and then a building, disappearing into the dark night. I'm standing there, taking in the amazing display that just happened before my very eyes. Did I really just see that? Lilko should consider recruiting them for the Marble Palooza's long jump event. Hey, is your friend going to pay for any damages they might have caused by jumping on my damn bus? They're not my friend. I don't even know them. I get onto the bus, ignoring the stare from the bus driver, and plop down onto a seat. I look out of the window, gazing at the passing city lights and buildings as the bus takes me back home. Day 2. My muse is another day, another few hours staring at a blank canvas, deep in thought. Yesterday, whether it was by the grace of God or another higher being, I was able to meet a handful of colorful characters. They were able to stand out among the crowd, for better or for worse. It might be worth my time to see them all again if possible. My stomach growls, reminding me that I slept in and skipped breakfast today. Ugh, damn hunger, why must it exist? I don't really have time to sit down and eat at a restaurant, but I also don't want to get something that won't last me until dinner either. I should treat myself to something from the nice convenience store down the street at some point today. Their fresh sandwiches are always a delight. So, where should I start? Okay, so it looks like we have a 4. So, I will be right back. I'm going to go grab my D4. Okay, so we have track and fields, candy and rolls, convenience store, and downtown. So 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, and I rolled a 3, so we're gonna go to the convenience store. Woohoo, conveni time! My stomach growls. I shouldn't have skipped breakfast. I'll swing by the convenience store and get myself a well-deserved sandwich. Their egg salad sandwiches are to die for. Well, that's just great. Enjoy it. I hate egg salad. I head into 1422, the cool air from the AC hitting me. Oh, so it's basically 7-Eleven times 2. God, I wish I had this kind of air conditioning in my apartment without having to spend hundreds on the electricity bill. Over by the counter is a blue and pink marble reading a comic book. She glances up, noticing me. Okay, I recognize that marble. I give her a nod and acknowledgement before heading to the food. I scan the aisles, going through each one and inspecting their goods. There's delicious microwavable foods. It's as if someone put their heart and soul into these cheap little dishes. According to the now hiring sign outside, the employees here get paid a lot more compared to other convenience stores, so maybe that's why the food tastes so good here. If my art career fails, I could always try to work here. Maybe then my parents wouldn't be so worried about my well-being. For now, though, I'd rather follow my passions. Then there's the ramen, a favorite among the college students around here. I remember when I used to binge on the shrimp-flavored ramen during finals and the countless nights I spent on my portfolio. Good times, I think. After practically window shopping and taking mental notes on what to get next time, I go to the back where their sandwiches are. I pick up my favorites, an egg salad sandwich and a can of green tea from the refrigerator. I roll over to the cash register where there's no one there. Wasn't there someone here when I rolled in? Where did she go? No one's here. Please leave. Huh? Where did that voice come from? Please, leave before my manager comes and forces me to serve you. Isn't that your job? I look around trying to find the source of the disembodied voice. What's that high-pitched screaming? The very same marble who I saw at the bar yesterday rolls out from the back. He takes one look behind the counter and sighs. Echo. Eek! This so-called Echo jumps up from behind the counter. Boss! He turns to me. Apologies about her behavior. She's a little shy. A little shy is putting it lightly. No, I'm not. Sure, just please do your job and stop reading your comic books when we have customers, okay? Her boss rolls back through the door he came from, doing whatever he was doing. Hello, welcome to 1422. I'm Echo. How can I help you today? Huh? I stare at the marble in confusion. What did she just say? I said, welcome to 1422. Did you find everything you needed today? Why does her voice sound so familiar? Please, don't make this harder than it has to be. Just give me your stuff and check out. It sounds a lot like that ninja from when she was yelling at that green marble, except not as desperate and sad. Yep, it's our ninja friend. Then it hits me. Holy crap! Are you? No, I am not Nimble Moon! Stop speaking the Sealies and give your food! Well, that answered my question. It honestly shocks me that she's been able to keep her identity hidden for so long, if all it takes is a little social interaction to get her to admit it. Oh crap, stupid Echo. She slams herself against the counter. Hey, you're not going to solve things by hurting yourself. This is my punishment. You found out who I am. A ninja must always keep their true identity hidden. To be fair, you admitted it yourself. Exactly, that's even more disgraceful. Did this girl really save me from someone last night? The Nimble Moon, who spoke so eloquently and with so much confidence, is actually some socially awkward marble? I put my sandwich and green tea on the counter, gently sliding the open comic out of the way. I take a look at it. Surprisingly, it's not about ninjas. It's actually about a superhero, from what I can tell. The words POW and BOOM colorfully pop out, a signature of superhero comics. It might be a good idea to talk about superhero comics. If I talk about something she likes, she's bound to calm down. However, I do need to get on with my day. Okay, so we're going to do another dice roll. 1 to 3 is going to be talking about the comic. 4 to 6 is to wait for Echo to check us out. And we rolled a 5. So we are going to wait for Echo to check us out. I stand there giving Echo an expectant look. Echo, please. I have a lot to do today. Huh? Can you please check me out? Echo stares at me for a second, surprised at what I said. I mean, did she expect me to be patient with her public breakdown? You're right, I'm sorry. Echo whispers an apology, loud enough for only me to hear. She quickly scans my 2 items, not looking me in the eye as she does so. I understand that she told me who she was, but at the end of the day, it's not like I'm going to snitch. I gain nothing from telling the island about her night job. You know, if it helps, I won't tell anyone. You won't? Echo gains the courage to look at me as she gives my change. Nope. Your secret is safe with me. Just don't go blabbing about it on the job, okay? No need to punish yourself over it. But nothing. I take a glance at the comic. And you might want to lay off the comics while you're working. I roll out of the store, letting Echo get back to work, hopefully. I take a seat on a nearby bench, conveniently located outside the store. I unwrap my egg salad sandwich and take a bite. It tastes off. Usually the bread is incredibly fluffy and sweet, which is a nice contrast to the saltiness from the eggs and creaminess from the mayonnaise. However, the texture of the eggs is way mushier than normal, and it's lacking salt. There's not enough mayo. It's as if it was an afterthought. Ugh, did Echo make this? She must always be on edge while living her normal day-to-day life, so when making the sandwich, her mind was elsewhere, thus creating a meh piece of food. I take a couple more bites, trying to stomach it down. Eventually, I end up throwing it into a trash can nearby. I open my drink, and it's the complete opposite of my sandwich. It's refreshing. I end up downing the whole thing in under a minute in a desperate attempt to wash down the nasty taste from the sandwich. Remnants of the taste still linger, even after I empty the can, but what can you do? I throw away my can of green tea and get ready to move on with the rest of my day. Alright, now that I'm filled up, where should I go? Okay, so this is going to be 3 chances, so 1 and 2 is going to be the track field, 3 and 4 is going to be candy and rolls, and 5 and 6 is downtown. Okay, and we rolled a 5 again, so we're going to go downtown. I'll swing by downtown and see if I can find Deadlock. Dark, scary places seem to attract him, if what he said last night was any indication. I wait for the next bus, but unfortunately it's crowded at this hour. The rest of the passengers and myself pack into the bus like sardines, craving even an ounce of breathing room. We make little stops here and there, allowing the bus to free up in space. I stand holding tightly onto the railing until we get downtown. Where should we go today? I heard the carnival is in town. Maybe we should try winning a huge stuffed animal. The last time we got him one, I swear there was a little excitement in his voice. He just tried to hide it. I turned myself in the direction of where I hear Deadlock's name being thrown. There, I see 3 familiar faces, all of them sitting next to each other. I don't know, guys. You sure we should? Of course, Finn. Why shouldn't we? The last one you got him barely fit in his room. The bus makes its next stop downtown where the 3 get off. Luckily, this is also my stop, so I follow them. It's weird that Deadlock isn't with them. I wonder where he could be. I follow them, keeping a nice distance away. Their group ends up in front of the Jaded Rock pub. The 3 enter the bar with ease. I go in after a weird look from the bouncer. Yeah, screw you too, buddy. They take a seat at a table, giving a waitress their order. This is my chance. I roll up to the 3 who are so engrossed in their conversation that they haven't noticed me yet. Hello. Huh? Zane turns his red glossy body towards me. Oh, hey, what's your name? Clark. Are you a fan? Actually, I just found about you guys yesterday. I came and saw your performance last night. Oh, sick! How did you like it? I only stayed for the first song, but I enjoyed what I heard. Better than nothing, I guess. Glad you liked it. You want us to sign any merch? Wait a minute. Finn inspects me up and down, staring at me for a long time. What did I do? I remember you. You were the girl... Marble, please. Ah, sorry. You were the marble that Deadlock was talking to yesterday. What were you guys chatting about? It's a bit of a long story, actually. We're gonna be here for a bit, so we don't mind a long story. Dexter pats an open seat. Come on, friend of Locke is a friend of ours. Huh, what a nice group of marbles. They're way more extroverted and friendly than Deadlock was. Weird that they're in a band with someone like him. Opposites attract, I guess. I sit down in the open chair, which is situated between the red and blue marbles. So, I'm Zane, the amazing bassist. Dexter, I play the keyboard. I'm Finn, the drummer. Well, it's nice to meet all of you. The food they ordered earlier arrives, a burger with fries for Zane, chicken fingers and onion rings for Dexter, and a vegan burger with sweet potato fries for Finn. You want a fry? I'm good, thanks though. More for me. Zane gleefully pops a handful of fries into his mouth, somehow not choking on them. It's weird you guys aren't giving me the cold shoulder like Deadlock was. Psh, he's just like that to everyone at first. Trust me, he's a cool dude once you get to know him. It just takes forever. Really? He was like that with you guys too? Though, out of anyone, you guys would be the ones he would get along with right off the bat. Finn nods, gulping down a bite of his vegan burger. Nah, at first he wouldn't talk much without us outside of band stuff. I was wondering what was going on with him, just thought he was shy or that he hated us. Yeah, it took a lot of time for him to open up to us. I wanted to quit the band because I can't be in a band with someone who isn't friends with me. It just wouldn't work. There needs to be some kind of bond there to keep you going. Then one night we all went drinking after a crappy gig where we got heckled by a group of Karens who didn't enjoy our music. You were heckled here? By Karens? Jeez, Karens are getting bolder by the day, aren't they? First it was kids' soccer games, now they're terrorizing shady bars. When will their reign of terror end? Yeah, you'd think we'd be used to loudmouths in a place like this, but these women, they were 10 times worse than anyone here, which says a lot given who the regulars are. They were completely wasted. They were wobbling around the bar, slurring their words and throwing insults at us that didn't make any sense. One of the ladies even tried to take my bass away. That lady got so upset she couldn't steal Zane's bass that she ended up pushing my keyboard down. Thankfully, nothing was damaged, but it was still pretty upsetting. I'm pretty sure they lost their jobs the next day. I saw it somewhere online. Good. They shouldn't be allowed to get away with stuff like that. Enough about those dumb ladies. I need to get to the point of the story. Oh boy, finally, the point. Zane stares back at Finn plaintively. Finn chuckles, bumping into Zane's side, like a big brother teasing the small brother. After a few drinks, Locke started to open up to us. He apologized for how he treated us. Said that he was at fault for us being pregnant, which he wasn't, but we couldn't convince him otherwise. And then he told us why he kept us at a distance. But out of respect for Deadlock, I won't spill the secret. That's for him to tell you. Just when we were about to get to the good part. Now, we're like peas in a pod. I see. So, what is your story? Oh, so I'm an artist. Huh, totally wouldn't have guessed that, with the beret and all. I can sense the sarcasm oozing from his voice. Anyway, I've hit an artist's block. I'm sure you guys know what it's like. Misery? Despair? Hell on earth? Yeah, exactly. Finally, marbles who understand my pain. So I went looking around for a marble who could be my muse. Safe to say, I came here looking for one because downtown holds some interesting folks. Deadlock told me to leave and never come back, basically. He's just looking out for you, that's all. He could have been nicer about it. Speaking of Deadlock, where is he? The group stops eating, giving each other an unsure look. What? He's visiting someone today, that's all. Dexter, hush. Zane elbows him. Hard. Ow! Sorry, what I meant to say was that he's just taking care of business. I'm sure that's not all. Does it have to do with the thing that Deadlock is hiding from me? Is he a part of a gang? Maybe he's connected to the Mafia? He mentioned before how he's a lowlife. Should I pry? Leave it alone. I'm probably just overthinking things, so maybe it's not worth looking into. Okay, so it's either pry for 1 to 3 or leave it alone for 4 to 6. And I rolled a 1, so I'm going to pry. What did he have to do? I shouldn't say, it's not our right to. Why? Is he a part of the Mafia or something? What? No! What made you think that? Yesterday he said something about being one of the lowlifes you see around here this far. I didn't know what he meant by that, honestly. Then you mentioned how he had something to do, so I thought it was something crazy like that. Alright, I need to get a drink. I will be right back. Okay, sorry about that. I was beginning to get hard to talk. Then you mentioned about how he had something to do, so I thought it was something crazy like that. Deadlock, a part of the Mafia? Not in a million years, Clark. I will say, he's definitely not doing anything shady like that. Trust me, I wouldn't associate myself with someone like that. Okay, I'll take your word. Sorry for trying to pry, it's just that I don't know anything about him, so I'm curious. It's fine, just don't assume anything about him like thinking he's in the Mafia or something. There's a reason he keeps marbles at a distance. He just doesn't want to get hurt here. Oh. Hurt? What happened to Deadlock in his past that would make him so closed off? For Pete's sake, Dexter, hush, you have a big mouth. Ah, sorry, it slipped out. Anyway. Despite Zane's best attempt at redirecting the conversation, there's an awkward silence that fills the air as the group makes small talk. They eventually leave the bar, and I leave not too long after. So no deadlock today, but his bandmates did help me figure him out a little bit more. I jump off the uncomfortable bar seat and roll out of Jaded Rock Pub. Where should I go next? Okay, so 1 to 3 is going to be track and field, and 4 to 6 is going to be candy and rolls. And I rolled a 6, so I'm going to go see candy and rolls. I should swing by candy and rolls. I'm sure Cotton's dying to know my opinion of Dreadball. I get on the bus and spend my time on my phone because, honestly, what else can you do besides look out the window? Soon enough, I'm back in town. I hop off the bus, rolling in the direction of candy and rolls. I open the door and see Cotton talking to a familiar duo, Tony and his daughter, Afina. I hope you found everything okay, Mr. Cerulean. Your total is $13.26. I wonder what he got this time. All of his items are hidden in a large paper bag. Yep, I found what I needed, but you know how it is. I always have trouble deciding. It's a good thing that you have the most adorable little helper with you. Cotton reaches out and touches Afina's cheek. Baba! Gosh, I could just eat you up, Afina. Ah! Tony hands Cotton a $20 bill. $6.74 is your change. Cotton quickly opens the register, pulling out the correct amount of change, handing it back to Tony. Good God, did she just do that in her head? She didn't even bother looking at the screen for the change due amount. I would have at least needed a calculator for that. Oh! Cotton finally notices me, her eyes beaming with excitement. Clark, are you back for more of those chocolate buttons? Could I interest you in today's batch of taffy? I'm all set, Cotton. I shouldn't have too much of your candy in such a short period of time. I need to pace myself. Otherwise, I feel like I might end up buying out your entire stock and then turning into a giant piece of candy. Tony turns around, his expression softening when he sees me. If it isn't my savior from yesterday, thanks again for helping me pick out some candy. I would have been here for another 30 minutes without your help. Not to mention, the sour flavor from the green apple was just what I needed to get me through the workday. Happy to be of service, Tony. I roll up towards the two. So, how are you two? I should be asking you that. You went to Dreadball's performance yesterday, right? How was it? Did you like it? Did Zane crowd surf? One question at a time, please. Also, I think the crowd at Jaded Rock Pub excuse me, are the last type of marbles who would participate in a crowd surf. They seem like the type who would rather do a violent mosh pit or something. Tony chuckles to himself. I see Cotton's tried to get you on the Dreadball too, Clark, though in my opinion, they don't match up to some of the legends in marble history. No, you are not going to weigh Clark's opinion on Dreadball. They're the best, Tony, you hear me? The best. I beg to differ. I think the Marble Boys have a slight edge over Dreadball. Oh no, I don't want to get into a mini Battle of the Bands debate. I'm not here for that. Anyway, I thought he was fine. His attitude needs a bit of an adjustment, though. Probably shouldn't say that aloud, lest I hurt Cotton's feelings or make her angry. There's this weird aura about him, though. When I mentioned to him that I was looking for a muse, he told me to leave. What? Really? I thought musicians liked being painted. But you know what? That's what makes Deadlock and his band Dreadball so cool. They're so different and mysterious. As Cotton drifts off into Dreadball land, the light blue marble rubs his body curiously. His baby mimics him. If you don't mind me asking, where were you? At the Jaded Rock Pub downtown. Why? Tony's smile disappears, and his expression shifts to something mixed of shock and worry. You went there? Are you okay? I'm okay, I promise. I'm a lot stronger than I look. I decide to hide the fact that I was saved by a ninja from a creeping marble. Though it seems Tony's shock and concern was enough to break Cotton out of her dreamlike state, because she turns to us with a curious gleam on her body. What's so wrong about downtown? Cotton, sweetie. That's where a ton of criminals hang. I heard that even the Mafia lurks there on occasion. My mind immediately goes to the scarred pink marble and his lackeys. Really? I go there all the time with Daddy or Gojo. Whenever I need to pick up ingredients for the store, nothing's ever happened to us. Oh, speaking of, Daddy! She rolls out from behind the counter and past us toward the door. I turn to the direction she's going in and... Oh my god. It's Andre, isn't it? Honey, I see you're holding up the shop well. Called it! That's her dad! The one who threatened a poor guy? My luck keeps on getting worse. Behind him are his lackeys, the one with an eye patch, another chewing on a toothpick, and the third one whose suit is certainly too big for him. Has no one told him to readjust that tie of his? Or does he use that long tie for nefarious purposes? He did tell that one marble that something bad was going to happen to him, and that little Susie wouldn't be happy about it. I gulp. Cotton hugs her dad while his 3 henchmen stand behind him with kind expressions on their faces. It's always nice to see you, Cotton dear. Tim and Bob nod in agreement. Aw, Gojo, thank you. How's your injury healing up? Why is she so kind to these guys? Does she not know that they nearly beat up a dude yesterday? Pretty well, but I think the eye patch fits me, so I'm thinking of keeping it. You should. If it gives you confidence, then I'm all for it. Gojo blushes. Cotton's dad turns to face him, glaring. Let's hope he doesn't need 2 of them. The blush disappears and Gojo turns into a meek figure, something unlike the display he put on yesterday. Anyway, we're going downstairs to discuss. He turns his attention to meeting Tony. Ah, Tony and Clark. No, Cotton, why did you have to be the kind and tell him my name? Who knows what kind of connections he has? Clark, it's a pleasure to meet you. Cat's got your tongue, huh? Anyway, we have to discuss some business. You know how it is, dear. Business, my shiny glass ass. Oh, okay. Let me know if you need any help. Her dad nods, and the group of men pass by us, heading straight for a brown wooden door towards the back of the shop. The door opens, a dark, almost abyss-like entryway inside. They head in, disappearing into the darkness, the one with the suit making sure to close the door behind him. It's always nice to have Daddy in the shop. Cotton halts when she notices Tony and myself standing in shock and fear. Are you two okay? Does she really not know what her dad does? Who he truly is? Okay, 1 to 3, your dad is in the mafia. 4 to 6, don't say anything. I rolled a 2. Your dad is in the mafia. Your dad is in the mafia! Clark! Okay, someone say something. Good one, Clark. She starts to laugh. Okay. You know, you should do Stand Up the Funny Bone. I think you'd do well there. No, I'm being serious here, Cotton. Do you see who he hangs around with? I know he and his friends seem a bit sketchy. That's an understatement. But I promise you, they're good guys. All they do downstairs is talk about their real estate. They can't talk about business out in the open with customers around. It's not professional. But I saw him and his friends last night cornering a marble, all because he accidentally spilled a drink on your dad. They said he was going to sleep with the fishes. I'm sure you just misheard. Cotton, I know we've only known each other for 24 hours, but I promise you I wouldn't lie to you. Your dad, he isn't who you think he is. Clark, please stop. You're right. You've only known me for 24 hours. You don't really know me or my family, so please, stop. Please, I really don't want to have to ask you to leave, okay? For the first time, Cotton looks displeased, an emotion I didn't think she was capable of. Now, Cotton hands Tony his large paper bag full of sweets. Here's your candy, Tony. Thank you for your patronage. Yeah, no problem. Tony looks at me, nudging his way to the door, signaling for me to follow him. I follow close behind, leaving Cotton to stew in her thoughts. Once the door closes behind us, Tony sighs. Clark, I think you went about that the wrong way. Yeah, I could tell. Not that you were wrong. From one glance at the marble, you could tell he's not a great guy. I've ran into him a couple of times, and I've always made sure to keep our conversations brief. It's just that's her dad, Clark. That's all she has. So Mom isn't in the picture. What happened to her mom? Her mom divorced her dad, but she's not sure why. If I had to place my money on why, her mom found out about her dad's criminal activity and left. I see. So she's very protective of her dad. Can you really blame her for how she reacted? No, I can't. I should go in and... Tony rolls in front of me, blocking my way to the door. No, give her time, Clark. She doesn't want to see you right now, and if you go back in, you'll just be doing the exact opposite of what she wants and needs. You're right. Hey, no need to be so hard on yourself, okay? Tony pats me on the back. Oh, I have something that might cheer you up. What is it? Not sure if I deserve it. Do you have it, Athena? Huh? Athena reaches out to me holding a piece of paper. I take the piece of paper from her. It's a drawing of me. Under it are scribbles, which I presume was supposed to be my name. She insisted that she gave that to you. When I took it away from her, she got upset and started crying. It's cute. Let me tell you, she has a future in art. Look at how well she captured me. Beautiful, don't you think? I put the drawing in front of me, examining it deeply as if it were a giant map. Now that you mention it, yeah. Athena points to the drawing, then points to the real me. Mama? Athena? The blush on Tony's face gets darker. Mama! She grabs a hold of me, not wanting to let go. She looks so happy, while Tony looks completely embarrassed by the whole situation. Athena, let go of her, please. Oh, I can't help but wince at the mention of her. She's not your mom. I'm so sorry. Clark, are you okay? You know, despite all the times I've corrected marbles, it never gets easier. The anxiety is still just as bad as the day I came out to Lilco and my parents 3 years ago. You never know how someone might react. Will it be positive or negative? Will they be supportive, give you a nonchalant shrug, or throw an onslaught of harassment your way? You just never know, especially when you're dealing with strangers. But I've come this far on my journey. I'm not going to pretend to be someone I'm not. I take in a deep breath and quickly exhale before looking straight at Tony. Just so you know, I use they, them. What? Huh? I'm non-binary. Tony stares at me stunned. Clark, if he doesn't get it or wants to fight you about it, that's not on you, that's on him for being a giant ass. Sorry for my ignorance, but what does that mean? Huh? I'm not really familiar with it. Is that a bad thing? I mean, I've heard the term non-binary, but I thought it had something to do with math, but clearly it doesn't. Math? Is that what his mind went to? Really? Well, I guess it's better than what he could have said. I look like a total idiot right now, don't I? No, I mean, it's kind of funny that's what your first thought was. It's not what I expected. What were you expecting? Acceptance or ignorance? Like the bad kind of ignorant where you tell me I can only be male or female, something like that. Why would I tell you that? Oh my god, I'm not an ass. He looks down at Athena. A dummy, I just didn't know anything about it. I give Tony a quick rundown of what non-binary is, and as he nods, I notice his body lighting up with understanding. Oh, okay, that makes so much more sense. That's neat. So they, them with you? Yeah, that's what I feel comfortable with. And comfort is key. Exactly. Thanks for telling me and correcting me. Sorry that you had to deal with some jerks in the past about it. Better off without those fools in my life. Exactly, it's their loss. They've missed out on getting to knowing an awesome marble. Huh? I'm sorry for Athena calling you her mama. That probably didn't help, did it? It's okay, I'm actually okay with being called that. Plus, she's just a toddler. I don't think she can conceptualize anything outside of her favorite toy. Tony looks off into the distance. Tony? You know what's weird? She hasn't used that word in a long time. Totally thought she forgot it. Guess not. Huh? I should head home. It's getting close to Athena's nap time. But, if you want to talk to me later, I could, text you, if that's okay with you. Oh, sure, that sounds great. Tony and I exchange phone numbers. Cool. I'm going to head out. I'll see you later? Of course. Tony rolls away, whispering something to himself. I wonder what's wrong. I told him everything was okay. Did he not believe me, or is there something else that's bothering him? I'll have to think about that later. For right now, I have to worry about myself. For now, I should get going. I have other marbles to see today. Okay, so the last place that we need to go to is the track field. I should see Lilco. I hope he's feeling better. But the better, more logical part of me is saying, no, he's not. I've been in his place before, and when you're faced with self-doubt, it's a difficult place to pull yourself out of. People can say how great you are, but if you don't see it yourself, then it's hard to believe them. Maybe I can take him out to his favorite burger place, Jella's Burgers, and buns. Maybe the best I can do right now is take his mind off of it and make him smile again. There's the Jella's Marble Runs reference. I leave and make my way to the bus stop. The bus arrives a couple of minutes late. I swipe my LTA card, Liliana Transportation Authority, on the machine to pay the small fee and take a window seat. I stare out of the window, taking in Liliana's beautiful scenery. Colors of all kinds invade my vision. And, as always, the island is bustling with energy. As the bus gets out of the city and into the rural part of Liliana, we pass by the local farmer's market, a crowded affair full of stalls. There are even horses for the little kids to ride while their parents pick out some of the best quality crops the world has to offer. With all this going on, I'm bound to find someone worthy to be on my canvas. I will find that marble and capture their beauty. Soon enough, I'm at the track field and I get off the bus. I stand around, looking across the field. Okay, my voice is beginning to go, so I think what I'm going to do is I am going to save for the evening. So let's see who is streaming. Who is streaming? Alright, we are going to raid Gaijin Goomba, who is playing Borderlands 2. Alright everybody, thank you very much for joining me, and I apologize for ending things off early. Talking, especially with a visual novel like this, really gets my voice hoarse, so I have to cut down my streams. Alright, so everybody, I will be back on Monday night. We will return to a Marbles Muse, and hopefully we will figure out what Clark's going to do about their artwork. So, until we meet again, this has been Jewelry Jelly with Catherine and George Washing Machine. And until we meet again, may all of your tea times be perfect. Good night.